Hi everyone, Jaymes Mansfield here bringing you yet another video. Oh my god, it is still the spooky season. Well, we're not going to be doing a typically scary wig. Well, I guess depending on what your definition of scary is. I'm going to be using another wig from Sensational, but I'll be using this wig to recreate Tanya Haddix from Chimp Crazy. Yes, the viral sensation, Chimp Crazy Lady Tanya. We are going to recreate her iconic hair using the 90s bangs wig from Sensational, and it's using what they call Butta Lace. Yes, like butter. Oh my goodness. Look at her. She's gorgeous. The girl on the cover. Now, I'm a little like kicking myself right now because, as you know, I've been obsessive over the Letitia wig lately. I do have an update on that, by the way, but we'll get into that. But I found out they actually have a wig with bangs in it, and I cut bangs into that Letitia wig that I styled like a dum-dum, not realizing they already had a wig that had bangs. This one actually was a lot easier to remove than I thought. Usually they're like really like Fort Knox, but this one, not so much. Okay, let's pull it out. Let's pull it out. Let's pull it out. Okay. So this is the butter lace. I don't know what the butter lace entails, but this is how she looks. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm probably going to cut this band out because that squeezes my brain so much. I had to cut it out of all the wigs because honestly, it is like pressure applied. Now, I bet you're wondering what it looks like out of the bag and on the head. Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this wig off and try on the 90s bangs. Be right back. Okay, welcome back. This is the wig out of the head. Now, this is the wig on the head, and I must say, I'm not seeing a whole lot of bangs happening here. Are these the bangs? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I have to like pull them out more. It is kind of giving Pam the tiniest bit. It's kind of beauty shop Pam, but I'm not entirely mad at it. I just think I have to cut the bangs a little bit to fit my face because they're a bit long. I'm putting them on my face right now. It's going to take some finessing, but all in all, it's not terrible looking. I think the bangs just need to get played around with a little bit. I also got to pull it down a little bit. It's a little tight and small for my head. Not as roomy as the Letitia, I'll say that right now. This one a little tighter. But all in all, the hairstyle is kind of cute.
Doesn't smell.
It doesn't smell. It does not smell. There is no smell. Oh, update. So, actually, I'll talk about it later. So yeah, this is actually cute. Let's see what it looks like brushed out, shall we? Now, let's see. Take some of these little factory waves out of it. Now, me being upset about the bang length is not necessarily a fault of this wig. Companies typically leave the bangs longer so that you can cut them yourself and frame them to your own face because, again, not everyone's face is the same. Some people's foreheads are smaller and larger, so it's up to you to cut it to your own preference and what works for you. They can't do all the work for you. Oh, okay, there are the bangs, I think. Maybe these are it? Okay, well, needless to say, it's going to be a work in progress. But, oh, that's kind of cute, actually. It's kind of 60s now. Like a curtain fringe. Yeah, we're going to have to train it a little bit. But I don't think it's completely unusable. I'll say that right now. So, Jesus Christ, like slamming on my eyelashes. So yeah, let's take this off and let's see how it styles out. Let's create Tanya's Chimp Crazy hair. All right? All right, I'll be right back. The wig is all pinned on. Let's start styling it. Now, this is how she looks. Cute, right? She's pretty. I mean, it's not a bad wig. It looks like it has a lot of potential. Let us begin. Now, the 90s bangs look a lot smaller on the card. Okay, so this is the colors that come with it. You can get it in rose gold copper, platinum blonde, light ash brown, cinnamon copper, chocolate copper, and beige blonde. I got it in 613. But yeah, that's how she's supposed to look. Like the bangs look like they're a little smaller. Like maybe they're pre-cut in the model. That could be what happened. Because on here, they're actually quite long. These are some long bangs. And it's only like this little section right here. That's the only place where the bangs kind of happen. It's right there. But yeah, they're kind of long. We're going to make it work though. Okay? We got this. I trust that we can make this happen. So, let us begin making Tanya Haddix's hair. Now, her hair is basically like a pulled back pony with a bump and bangs like a curtain bang in front. So, that is our goal for today. It won't take me long, so just bear with me while I talk and style and catch up with you. Now, I just gotten back from a staycation, and what I've learned about myself from going on vacation is that I don't know how to relax. I truly don't. Like, the whole time I was sitting there by the pool, I just kept thinking to myself,
I think I'm done relaxing. I could be doing so many more productive things. Why am I here?
Like, that was what was going through my brain. I couldn't relax. I also worked while on my staycation, so it wasn't technically a vacation at all, because I still, like, took bookings both days. And I have to say, I wore the Letitia wig for both bookings because I wanted to test it out in the wild and see how it would work. Let me just say, my suspicions of it were absolutely correct, and I'll tell you right now. First things first, I know the last video, to give you an update, some of you were asking if this wig had a smell as well. It did not. That wig did not have a smell, nor does this one. I think that's a case-by-case basis, but as far as wearing it out for an extended period of time or doing anything severely active in it, like I was doing, like I was basically in the parade and I had to like dance around on a float the whole time for about an hour or so. Let me tell you, honey, when I got back to that hotel room, that wig was crying out for help. The way it got so matted on my back and started to rise up, I spent the rest of the night brushing that thing out. And I had to do a gig with it the very next day because I wanted to go home to like get another wig. So I had a couple of Letitia wigs with me that I brought with me, and I did a double stack with it. And again, it didn't really achieve the most grandiose double stack that I hoped it would. It was kind of on the smaller side. I have a picture right there. It wasn't as big as I hoped. The premium wigs from my line get much bigger hair with a single wig, and that's without double stacking it. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, again, not everything is perfect. It definitely was something you'd probably wear out for like a night and then immediately have to like brush it out and give her a break. But don't live in her for sure. I learned that the hard way. And that was withstanding, you know, being in a parade in Las Vegas heat. Yeah, not a miracle wig, but it'll work for whatever you need it for like a quick, you know, fix. Costume or whatnot. Adding some volume to this. Now, Chimp Crazy, for lack of better words, was freaking crazy. In case you haven't watched it, it is on HBO. Go and check it out. Honey, it is completely nothing like you think it's going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be like a Blackfish kind of situation where, like, you know, it's just going to be a very serious documentary where it's talking about, like, people that own exotic pets and kind of pulling back the curtain. I didn't think it was going to get as crazy as Tiger King did because I don't think anything else could live up to that. Boy, was I wrong, okay? It's the same, like, director or producer, whatever, documentarian, if that's the word, of Tiger King. And I guess like people in the exotic animal world flee him. Like they know him by name and they know not to get into business with him. Like don't get into bed with this guy because he's going to expose you and ruin your life. Well, apparently they went so far as to like hire a proxy director in order to trick people into thinking that he wasn't involved with the Tiger King guy. So he's basically pulling the strings, you know, behind the scenes. Like if you've ever seen Shock Treatment, it's very much like Farley Flavors in that. He's never seen. He's in the background pulling strings, telling this director what to say and what to do, and constantly texting him ideas and things to keep people basically on a string and string them along. And one of these subjects is Tanya, who starts doing the documentary to basically pull back the curtain, expose it. Like, look, these chimps aren't being treated awfully. Like we love these animals. They're parts of our families. It's their chimp children, as they were calling it. Chimp children. We'll talk about it, honey. Honey, they were acting like they'd given birth to these things. It was insanity. And apparently it is a long and extensive thing that's been going on for decades. Like there's like a chimp ring where a certain wrangler was like dealing out chimps all over the country to people via for such like show business or just to have his exotic pets. And they're pulling back the curtain to show you like how like apparently chimps have like a shelf life as far as like being cute and adorable goes before they eventually like get nuts, right? When they start to like mature into puberty or whatever, is when they really start to get like aggressive, and that's when all like the horrible cases start to come out about them. And some of the stuff they showed was like, like it got dark, honey. It got really dark. But at the center of this all was Tanya Haddix, who was basically, you know, the chimp crazy lady as she calls herself. And girl, the shenanigans, the stunts, honey. It's like you have to wonder, like, she has to know she's being filmed when this is happening. Like, why do you keep like letting these people into your house to film you? It got to the point where like she is fully in court, like via Zoom during COVID about, you know, the conditions of her chimps, and apparently how she's like lying and saying Tonga, the like oldest showbiz chimp that was in like that one movie with Alan Cumming, who's shockingly also in this documentary. Apparently, you know, he's wanted by PETA. Like PETA wants him and they want to take him and put him in a sanctuary. She goes so far as to hide him in her house. Like he's in a makeshift basement to make sure like PETA doesn't find them. And they discuss PETA as if like, you know, they're like a Captain Planet villain. Like they're just out there trying to steal all exotic pets from anyone and put them in a sanctuary where they're basically going to be like miserable and miss the family that they've come to know and love. However, what I liked is that they also showed the flip side of this, where it's just like, she's sitting there waxing poetic, like they're going to take Tonga to a chimp sanctuary where he's going to like stare at a wall and be bored and not want to interact with anyone and be fed twigs and berries and whatnot, when he could be sitting at my home eating McDonald's. She was feeding the McDonald's. Like they were eating chicken nuggets and shit and drinking Coke. Like they had the same diet as like a frat house. It was It's like, well, yeah, no, I'd be depressed too if I was being fed Baja Blast my whole life. My goodness. It was truly, truly cray-cray. And just when you think it isn't going to get any kookier, it does. And you think like the second she finds out the proxy director is a fraud, she'd be done with him. But I guess they gotten so close that they like have their falling out. It gets exposed that this guy is working for the other guy. And she still talks to them. Like the finale of the series, they fully have a follow-up with her where she lets them back into her life. Even after being involved with this, completely exploded everything she was doing. You have to wonder, it's like, does she just like attention or something? It's like that meme of like me trying to have a bad day and like the guy holding a knife is like my bad day trying to have me. It's very much that. All right, I'm going to tease the rest of this and I'll be right back. All right. She is teased. Now, I have to say, it's not bad. Teasing it wasn't horrible. It was fine. Nothing too crazy. Nothing I couldn't handle. The hair pattern in this is a little different. Like the way they stitched it and everything. Like the top of this is much different. You don't have as much open space as the Letitia wig does. This one, it's more closed off. I guess because they want you to do that like side part 90s style, and that's just it. So to get anything else out of it, you're going to fight with it a little bit. But I think she'll work just fine for what we're trying to do here, which is style up almost like an Austin Powers-y, like fembot kind of hairstyle. That's kind of how her hair looked. I'm going for her more relaxed look as opposed to like the stacks of curls, because honestly, I didn't like that one that much. It was the less wearable of the two. So we're going with this cleaner one, the more, you know, glamorous one. We are here and we are styling this wig. And let me tell you, the stakes were high in Chimp Crazy. I'm telling you, go watch it. You will not be disappointed. I was watching this, you know, completely ready to just be thrown for a loop as soon as it started to get to like the court case and everything. And the PETA lawyer who becomes like the central antagonist in Tanya's world, who she affectionately nicknamed Pee Wee Herman. And when I tell you, my favorite moment would have to be when she's caught up, right? Like she's caught, her goose is almost cooked. She is on a Zoom meeting during COVID time about the state of Tonga, right? And she's claiming that the chimp is dead. And meanwhile, she doesn't know that her mic is still on. And just like, she puts on the performance of her lifetime, okay? It was like Lana Turner on the stand. It was Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice. It was Meryl Streep in Kramer versus Kramer. It was every dramatic experience you could think of put to film. She sat there and summoned it. She had tears. She was whimpering. She screamed out loud on a Zoom call. Honey, I could never invoke such emotion. No one has ever given a performance like this, and never will they. And as soon as she's finished, they say, okay, we can take a brief recess. So she's able to shut off her camera, right? And she just mumbles out, fucking bastard. And they're like, ma'am, your microphone is still on. She nearly got caught during the court case. Like, had she said a little bit more and they just would have let her go, they probably would have had her admitting to where the chimp was. Lo and behold, while she's on a Zoom call with the courts about Tonga, he's in her basement. Like, she was hiding him there the whole time and telling everyone that he died, you know, unexpectedly, and they had him cremated. And she had like a full little like plastic bag full of Nesquik saying it was Tonga. And like they went so far as like PETA was going so far in their investigation to go to like a cremation specialist to make sure like this is exactly how her remains would look if it was that size. And they're just like, that's a bag of Nesquik. That's not a gorilla. I'm like, she was enough ahead of them to where she was thinking of like just about every next step they could take. So like she had an answer for just about everything. And if she didn't, she was going to delay them as much as she could so she could think of one. I mean, look at it. It's not bad. for a 90s bang style. If you cut that, that's completely wearable. Not sponsored, by the way. I have no sponsorship with Sensational whatsoever. I wish I did. Honestly, they're getting a lot of free press out of me lately. Go buy one of my wigs. They're much better. The irony is not lost on me when like they're showing you the juxtaposition of like the chimp sanctuary where like they're living on their own private island with like people that, you know, make them food that's actually proper for their diet because they can't get released back into the wild, right? Like they're raised in captivity. Like they'll get attacked and beaten up. So like they probably wouldn't survive in the wild unless they're completely weaned into it. Oh my God, that's another documentary we watched that I will talk about. What was that other one with that lady that went to go live with the monkeys on an island? I think HBO had another one too about some woman that like went and lived with chimpanzees on an island so that she could like, ones that were raised in captivity. And let's just say she effed around and found out, okay? It takes a lot of training and specialty to like take care of these things because they go into stories about people that have had them as pets and it didn't end well. It got a little murdery. Yeah, it got really bad. So yeah, let's just say, you know, I'm inclined to say people probably shouldn't have chimps. Like exotic pets, I don't understand the appeal. Like, honey, just get a cat, get a dog, dress them up, do something. Just play a video game. Do something else with your time. Why are you spending thousands of dollars, you know, taking care of a freaking tiger that has the space of my living room to roam around in? If even that. So weird. It's just weird. It's simply just weird. Apparently there was a snitch in her ranks that ratted her out. It just came back. It's all coming back to me now. Okay. Cue Celine Dion. Yeah. So basically she gets ratted out by the guy that's the director. Like he rats her out because she was talking crazy, right? Or she was saying he was sick. And I don't believe she was ever going to really like unalive him. But people say crazy things and people get really dramatic when they're upset. Like I don't think she ever really would have done that. But, like, I could understand why you'd rat her out after that. Needless to say, this was a nonstop thrill ride that I did not expect. Let me know what you guys think, because honestly, I did not expect it to take this kind of turn. Like, I did not sign up for this. I was not expecting it to go this route in this direction. But here we are. Oh, yeah, right now we are at total fembot right now. Absolute fembot, Lady Bunny. We got to tie it off into a ponytail. Let's make our nanny bump. I would say this hair definitely formed this very quickly, so I'm happy about that. As long as you're not challenging it too much, you'll be fine. I think the top 3 costumes of this season are going to be Demi Moore from The Substance, Tanya Haddix from Chimp Crazy, and Sabrina Carpenter. Where if you want to be Sabrina Carpenter, or even Tanya Hadex if you put some curls in it, be sure and get the Baberella from Jaymes Mansfield Beauty. Yes, this is a shameless plug, but it's not necessarily shameless because I'm not ashamed of this wig, okay? It is a premium hard front wig, and with that price, it's a steal, okay? You'll thank me for it, truly. Trim your own bangs, though. I'm not doing that for you. I think you can do that yourself, okay? I have faith. Now, all I need now is like a feather pink nightie, and I'd be either a fembot or Tanya Hadex, but... I just gotta trim these bangs a little bit. Let's see. Let's trim it a little bit, the tiniest bit. They leave them extra long so that you take care of them, okay? They're like, girl, you figure it out. It's also kind of Sabrina Carpenter-ish, too. Add a little shadow root right there. They're thinking about you every night. Oh, she has arrived. Again, it depends how you dress it. If you put like cream all over your lips, you're Tanya Hadex. And if you put on like a little bathing suit, you're Sabrina Carpenter. Either way, it's going to be fabulous. Now I'm going to do some finishing touches to this and I'll be right back with our final results. I said it once, I'll say it again. You're not taking my monkeys. Honestly, I can see it. It's the Halloween costume. It depends. It depends. On certain angles, like, it's Tanya Haddix. Otherwise, it's Sabrina Fisherman, okay? It's not quite Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Fisherman. It's, you know what? It's what you can afford. I enjoyed this video immensely making it, and I enjoyed Chimp Crazy quite a bit. And I hope you did too. Let's talk all about it, okay? Let's gossip together, okay? What did you guys think? And I have to take a moment for my wiglets. Roll it!
I like to thank my wiglets, Jacob, Louise, Sponge King, Ernie, Duke, Just BKZ, Vera, myself, Pearface, Steve, So Many Kitties, JT, Christine, Curtis, Romeo and Juliet, Rose, Darth Curray, Catalina, Miss Lansing, Maureen, Veronica, Molly, Carl, Dolores, Loreza, Martha, Harmon, Astro, B-Rex, Matthew, Roger, Brian, Margarita, Adam, Becca, Chrissy, Akoni, Jason, JJ, Nisi, Roy, Selena, Ricky, Dirkus, Myron, Gwendolyn, Pack, Eliza, Hermage, Andrew, Hunter, Homeo, Ramona, Miss Mosey D, Ember, Daniel, Tyler, Macon, Katie, and Dog. Thank you so much, Wiglets.
Thank you so much, Wiglets. Oh my God. And I need to take some thanks, some YouTube super thanks for Roger. Thank you so much, Roger. Now, my thoughts on the 90s Bang Wig, I have to say it's not bad. Again, like, you gotta remember, it's not a miracle worker. Like, it's just a wig. Honestly, it serves its purpose. These wigs cannot take a beating. I put them through the most minimal of drag performance, and they end up getting put through the ringer, and I take quite a bit of time aside and restyle them, which is a no-go for me as far as wigs are concerned. As far as the butter lace goes, I don't really notice much. Again, like, it's not really doing much for me because I cover the lace up entirely. I probably could have done this on a hard front wig and no one would be all the wiser. But yeah, that's what I think. It's not terrible and it's not great, but you know, it's good. It's a good wig. All right, it's decent. That's what I can say. It is a soft Jaymes Mansfield approved. The very softest, the smallest ding. But yeah, that's what I think about this wig so far. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Did you guys like Chimp Crazy? Let me know. All right? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see you in the live streams. Now hit the outro.
Click here and watch me transform a cheap $5 wig from Dollar General. Or see me admit that I was wrong about the Letitia wig by Sensational. Come on, click it, you know you want to. If you don't click it, I'll come after you with those cheap Dollar General fibers. So click it!